Hey there, Anna English from the Style Fox. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are here at the Vanity Salon in the Heights, Houston area, and we are going to be doing a braid tutorial just in time for fall. If you've been following me all summer long, you know I love a good braid. So we are here today with my girl Brittany at Vanity Salon, and she's going to be making some awesome hair magic happen. Okay, so since we already have some volume and body and some color going on from those extensions, I'm just gonna build some texture so it helps to hold any kind of braid and curl that we do. I'm just gonna section you out in a couple different sections to make it easier. I'm gonna start by using our Pure Abundance Style Prep. This kind of helps to revive style, but it helps to build bulk and texture in the hair, and it's super, super, super lightweight, so it's super easy to use. Just gonna go through, and you can apply this on wet or dry, but we like dry today because we're doing it. Last one. I know it feels like it takes a lot longer to do it section by section, but you actually have way more control than you would if you were doing the whole thing all at once. That makes sure you get product in all the right places, and you're not missing any of the key important spots. So now if you want to feel that it has a lot of extra added texture to it, that's going to make braiding and pinning and backcombing all a whole lot easier. Cool. So since we're doing some fun braids today, I'm still going to work off of your part here. And we're just going to kind of go off to the side with a couple different braids and have a few that are coming out underneath. And just because your hair's slippery and a little bit more on the fine side, I'm going to take my section that I'm going to use for a braid, and I'm going to give it a little extra bulk. I'm going to use the air control to do that. A little extra. Doesn't hurt to add more grip. Adding the texture in here. We're gonna go through and back comb over this. This helps to hold the back combing in just a little bit more, because like we've said before, your hair is very slippery and we need a lot of grip on that. Again, making sure I'm staying a little bit further away from the hair. Don't want anything to be too wet or too saturated. Just a nice even mist everywhere. Now a little back combing. This does not have to be an issue taking out, because all you're going to do is just pack the hair on top of itself and then you're on to the next. Two little poofs, take a nice little section, keep everything together. It makes your arms a little tired, and we're not going to do a whole lot. Just a little bit of a cushion there for us. What do we think? Do we want to pull everything half up, or do we just want the braids to kind of meet into that? I think let's leave that down. Now that you've got some volume to it, I think that's going to be better. We'll just crisscross all of these over the top. Yeah, I think that's going to be really nice. Since we have a couple different braids going on, I'm going to work on getting this one a little closer to your head, because we want to make sure that it doesn't look like it's trying to run away from us. So I'm just going to go in with the bobby pin underneath the braid. And just a tip with some of those bobby pins, you always want to go darker with the bobby pin. You never want to go lighter than your hair shade. If you go lighter, it tends to show up a little bit more in photos with flashes and it'll glare off of itself. But if you go darker, it'll just look like a little shadow. There we go, that's better. Round two, didn't like that first one. So that is the importance of making sure that all of your strands are equal and they have the same amount of hair in each, because otherwise you'll end up with some weird looking stuff. It's not gonna work out. Sometimes you can start with it being really loose and you can deconstruct it a little bit more from there, or you can keep it a little bit tighter, because I want these braids to be a little bit smaller.
Since your hair is a little bit more on the fine side and we have all these layers, if we go too big with it, we're gonna lose a bunch of little hairs out the side, which we've already done, but that's totally fine because it's just little bitty pieces. But the bigger the braid you start out with, the more of that you're gonna see pop out. And there is a way to kind of cover that up if you were to go in with a lot more product. But we want something that's fun and easy, that no one's gonna stress too much about. We're still going to create some fun PC texture in that. So what I like to do is actually lift open the barrel and wrap that around. That way I'm creating a little bit more two-barrel contact with the hair, and I don't have to wrap it all the way through the iron. So when you wrap it through the iron, you are actually allowing it to be smoothed out before curled, and if you smooth it out, it's not going to hold a curl quite as easy. Tossing some fun braids in there. I want these to be really loose, so when you're kind of out and about, it looks like, oh, I was just sitting here playing with my hair, adding some braids. It's fun. More of that kind of carefree look. Just add a little bit more texture to it. This fun little guy right here. And I suppose you could go overboard with this, but I don't think there is such thing as adding too many braids. Sometimes I like to go in between the curls for extra volume and texture. And again, we don't want it to be too perfect. We like that nice, fun, bohemian style, but adding all that texture really shows off more of that color. I'm gonna throw a few extra pins in there. Okay, so what we did, I did a couple fishtails that are in there. And those are just a 2-stranded braid. We've got a couple just regular 3-stranded braids that we started with the French braid up top, with the inside out, making sure everything was tucked under when we did it. And then as far as what's going on down here, I just picked up random pieces. There's a couple fishtails in there. They're all different size braids. Got this fun little guy. I like little braids. So the fun little guy in the front may or may not show up. Darker hair tends to not show off detail as much, but all these lighter pieces are really showing off some of that fun texture that you have.
I love it. It looks great.
Hey, perfect.
Awesome. Well, I hope you found this video super helpful, whether you're headed to New York Fashion Week or looking for some hair inspiration. You can watch this, show it to your hairdresser, and recreate at home. If you loved this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave us a comment below if you have any suggestions or other tutorials you'd like to see. Be sure to check out thestyledfox.com. We have a fun giveaway going on with some hair products and a gift card. Thank you.